Welcome back. Police on Bimini investigating the alleged drowning of a 41-year-old male resident of Freeport, Grand Bahama, which occurred shortly after 8 a.m. on Saturday, May 13th. Officers received reports that an adult male crew member of a fishing vessel was missing. Hours later, the male was found in waters near the government dock in North Bimini and appeared to be lifeless. The victim was retrieved from the water and transported to the Allenstown police station, where he was seen by a doctor, examined by that doctor, who then pronounced him dead. The government is investing in building a broader ownership class. 26 small and medium-sized business owners got that word from Prime Minister Philip Davis as the group participated in a roundtable discussion on Monday, 9 of them virtually from the Family Islands. Prime Minister Davis discussed government-led initiatives and the challenges faced by the business community. The meeting, hosted in conjunction with the Access Accelerated Small Business Development Center, emphasized the government's commitment to supporting Bahamian entrepreneurship. The Prime Minister also underscored the government's commitment to enhancing the capacity of SMEs, outlining a number of government-led funding and capital access opportunities, including $25 million in loans and equity financing available to SMEs over the next 5 years via Access Accelerator, the $450,000 in business development grants allocated to young entrepreneurs up to 30 years old, with $200,000 of that reserved for Family Island youngsters. Prime Minister Davis touted the Bahamas Development Bank's loan program, which has dispersed nearly $4.5 million via 14 loans to Bahamian businesses across 6 different industries. The roundtable was a critical component of the Your Gov, Your Voice initiative of the Office of the Prime Minister. Similar meetings will be held with other groups throughout the nation. The Bahamas Department of Meteorology is hosting a 3-day regional storm surge workshop at Margaritaville Hotel. During the workshop, weather professionals from around the region are gathered to discuss storm preparation strategies and the effects of storm surges. Acting Deputy Director of the Bahamas Met Office, Jeffrey Simmons, giving a brief overview of the key areas of focus.
We are gathered here for these 3 days to start to put together a program, or to how we're going to deal with better forecasting storm surges from these hurricanes as they approach us. So that's what we are going to be doing. And so we realize that it is not only an issue for the meteorologists, it's also something for the oceanographers, GIS experts, emergency managers. So we sort of pulling them all together so that we can develop a program that we can provide better forecasts when it comes to storm surge for our citizens. We want to live in these islands, and our islands, the Bahamas and the Caribbean islands, they are beautiful islands. But unfortunately, the hurricanes also find them beautiful.
As the Bahamas sits in the center of the hurricane belt, we are more susceptible to storm surges and floodings. Storm surge specialist at the Hurricane Center in Miami, Cody Fritz, spoke on how best they can assist the Bahamas in properly detecting these oceanic activities.
In the National Hurricane Center is working more on how can we help the Caribbean prepare for tropical cyclones. And my job is specifically to work through storm surge. And so the Bahamas are very accustomed, obviously, to tropical cyclones. You can see the images, again, from Hurricane Dorian from 2019. A very destructive storm. Obviously, it's sat over this area for quite a long time, and it produced an extensive storm surge. What's interesting about that is that we don't, at that time, have a good ability to actually understand just how high the water could get in this area. We've done a great job at, improving and forecasting in areas like the United States, but we have not done a great job at providing information for areas like the Bahamas and other Caribbean islands. And so the goal, especially after Hurricane Dorian, was how can we better model this area. So this talk is going to go a lot more into some of the data and results that we've been able to develop and create, and then hopefully in the coming months pass on to the region of the Bahamas so you guys can use that information.
With the official start to the hurricane season just 2 weeks away, Susan Russell Dorset, Geographic Informational Systems Specialist at the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, sends the following appeal to all residents of the Bahamas in relation to hurricane preparations.
We advise the public as NEMA to start your planning not in June at the beginning of the hurricane season, but at the very best at the beginning of the year or off season. Start making preparations, saving, so that you can purchase the necessary gear that you need. Learn as far as getting your medication in time, maybe getting safety resources such as your life jackets, your rain boots, your gears. Make sure you secure your documents. We advise that you do that at the beginning of the year. Don't wait until the last minute to start your preparations for the hurricane season.
The workshop will last until Thursday, May 18th. With the 50th anniversary of the Bahamas independence just around the corner, University of the Bahamas Northern Campus is inviting local scholars, artists, intellectuals to reflect on the national journey, the good, the bad, and the unresolved. The upcoming Color, Class, and Colonialism, 50 Years and Counting, that conference promises to provide a unique space in which such topics and knowledge can be debated and shared. At the presser was Assistant Curate of St. Agnes Anglican Church, Father Ruel Strawn, who shared his expectations for the conference.
Thank you. Well, it's a joy to be a part of this conference and to offer some thoughts and reflections. And I'll be speaking on the Bahamian theological pilgrimage towards an identity-shaped theology and a decolonized pursuit of holiness in an independent Bahamas. And I hope to explore some themes of race and identity and the Afro-Caribbean experience and how that can contribute to the shaping of theology in the Bahamas and in the wider Caribbean region. And I hope also to show that this is a good model for the shaping of Caribbean theology, but also for the shaping of human community here in the Bahamas, and to look further at how we can assist the church, that is, people in sort of changing the image that has been handed to us of the God that we serve and indeed the image of each other.
The upcoming seminar seeks to facilitate an affirming experience for Bahamians as the country celebrates its golden anniversary. Pertinent and lingering questions like how do themes like color, class, and colonialism feed in and reinforce each other in a 21st century Bahamas will be thoroughly canvassed with the aim to facilitate a recommitment to national development across the Bahamian diaspora. Executive Vice President and Campus President for UB North, Dr. Ian Strawn, says this conference is an important tool for Bahamians to reflect on where we have come from and where we are headed 50 years later.
Naturally, one would expect celebrations, one would expect commemoration and for us to look back at our achievements, which we ought. We also want to make sure that we provide a critical eye to look at all aspects of national life and to focus not just on where we have done well and are doing well, but where we can do even better and become an even better country. One that provides the best opportunities for all its citizens and one that is inclusive.
The conference set to be held at the Rand Nature Center in Freeport, Grand Bahama, May 17th to the 19th, will feature almost 30 presenters who speak on various relevant topics. 4 new champions were crowned after 3 days of competition. C.H. Reeves defeating St. John's for the junior girls title, Jordan Prince William defeating Clement Howell for the junior boys title. In the senior division, the girls from C.V. Bethel defeating C.I. Gibson in the championship game, while C.I. Gibson defeating C.W. Saunders for the senior boys title. And that'll do it for your Jcn Evening News. Once again, I'm Jcn Saunders. Thanks so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.